Hey, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Bolt Crew podcast. Dave Pele, Josh Pele, and Mario Heron talking Charger football with you as we get ready for the big weekend taking on the Denver Broncos. It sucks having a bye week, but, man, I'm glad to hear we're back in play. Like when you're sitting there going, it's a bye week, they need a rest. We don't need a rest. You as fans don't need a rest, especially when you're coming off a loss. So here's the deal. We need you to like the show. We need you to subscribe to the show. We're live on Twitter at the same time. So I appreciate everyone that's already ready to go, ready to join the show. But, again, the weekend that wrapped up, and you see kind of like where we are in the division because everyone else in the division played, right? We saw the Chiefs win. We saw the Broncos win. We saw the Raiders lose. Just looking at the division, guys, right now, coming off a bye, how do you feel about the AFC West?
The AFC West as a whole is not very good, right? You watch the Raiders play. They don't look great. You watch the Broncos beat up on the Raiders. They don't even look good in their wins, the Broncos. And I know the Chargers play them this week. And it's, bad juju to talk bad about a team that you're about to play. But, dude, when the defense has completely carried your team all the way through the season up until this point, how scared can you really be? And then you watch the Chiefs, Mario, play against the Saints, and then you see the old Derek Carr that we all hate. And looks like he's back with the Raiders, and he's doing what he does. I just think the division's not great, but the Chiefs are making the most out of it.
So I was watching that Chiefs game, and I know there's the take of, Kelsey's back, and Kelsey did look good in the game. He's looked good in the past too. But I still came away from that game going, Mahomes left a lot of points on the field. I mean, there's a lot of overthrows that just he wouldn't have made last year. Like, those would have been caught. So that was just something that stood away from me right away in that game. It was like, there's points left on the board that the Chiefs are still doing. That's at some point going to catch up to them. I don't know what it is, but at some point that's going to catch up to them. On the Broncos Raiders, I mean, I think there's maybe one other team that's in more turmoil than the Raiders right now. You don't have a QB, and your best part on the offensive side wants to trade, and your coach is not helping you out at all to handle any of it. So that team's a disaster. I think the Broncos are benefited from a pretty nice schedule, and they have us this week, and it's going to be a battle, Dave.
All right, so real quick, looking at a few of the teams, just my side. You mentioned how the Chiefs leave a lot of points on the board. It feels that way with the Chiefs all the time. Like, there's always points left on the board. I know Mahomes is, the greatest quarterback of all time. Whatever everyone wants to sit there and say, Mahomes is so impressive. And look, when he wins, he wins. It's hard to take that away. When you look at his numbers and when they compare him the other day to Brock Purdy, Brock Purdy's numbers are actually better than Mahomes' numbers, but yet you look at the record. It's all about wins and losses, right? Mahomes turns it on in the fourth quarter. The play calling, whatever you want to say, the execution, and the help. Let's be honest here. The help from the referees is always a big plus in the fourth quarter by the Chiefs. And you saw it again yesterday. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ask Olave. Completely insane, the stuff that happens for the Chiefs every week. But for me to sit there and complain about the Chiefs getting handed games because they always have 12 against 11, in the last drive of the game is a big damn deal. But I don't want to sit there and make excuses, but the Chiefs always seem to find a way. I'm burnt out on the Chiefs. At the same time, the Raiders, complete train wreck, just like we said all along. Antonio Pierce is a phony. Players are right now, they're pointing fingers. When you have a team that points fingers at each other, man, you can't win. That's what we talk about culture and how important it is to have a guy like Jim Harbaugh. Right now, they're not even pointing fingers at the guys that we know are bums. We do that as fans. Like, we point fingers at guys that aren't pulling the weight. Harbaugh never lets you know who he's upset with for not doing their job. Denver Broncos are interesting because the Broncos, all of a sudden, they win 3 games in a row, and you can say whatever you want, that it's the Buccaneers, it's the Jets, and it's the Raiders. As Josh said, the defense has stepped up. Mario says it on the show all the time. Defense wins championships. The Broncos' defense has been outstanding. At the same time, I watched that game. I don't know if you watched it. The quarterback play from the Raiders was horrendous. I mean, absolutely a complete mess. I don't see that happening on the Chargers side, quarterback-wise. I think that's a plus. I will tip my hat to this guy. I tell you what, you guys tip your damn hat because I told you, hey, you guys are burying this guy too soon. Bo Nix isn't playing that bad. Bo Nix isn't playing that bad for a rookie. Go ahead.
Okay. Why? I hate the way you evaluate quarterbacks. Like, the worst ever. You're the one that came into this season telling us that Gardner Minshew is not that bad. You're the same guy that told us last season Jimmy Garoppolo wins a lot of games. Dude, I'm on the side of the fence.
Both true. Both true.
Garoppolo
Neither are true.
A lot of games. What are you talking?
Dude, you're the quarterback.
70% of his games.
Shut up, Jimmy G.
Whatever the opposite of a quarterback whisperer is, that's what you are. You are the absolute worst. You're the worst quarterback evaluator of all time. Thank God.
Oh, that's
it's not
a lie.
your.
I thought you were good.
Hey, I could have told you Gardner Minshew is not that guy. They have a major problem over there. Shadur Sanders is probably going to be the quarterback. If it's not him, it's going to be somebody else. That team's a mess. The Broncos, you have Bo Nix blow picks and Sean Payton yelling at each other. Bo Nix stood up to his dad, in a sense, and Sean Payton, and was like, "Get off my back. I hate you." And it was the weirdest thing because they won the game. I've never seen a team, Mario, win the way the Broncos have won 3 games in a row. It is it's the ugliest football you could possibly imagine in the NFL. I know defense wins championships. I think in today's age, that is not sustainable. You can't expect that every week. And their defense is not that good where they can afford to do this. Like their offense isn't good. Their defense is great, but it's not that great where they can take over the whole season. Like when Peyton Manning was his last year at the Broncos and they won the Super Bowl, and Peyton Manning had like half a shoulder. That's not the same defense.
Hold on, Ryan.
I agree.
Says the opposite of quarterback whisperer is the quarterback yeller. I'm the quarterback yeller.
You're the quarterback yeller. Yeah.
But that needs to go in the bio. You're the quarterback yeller. That's amazing. I think with this Broncos defense, like, look, statistically they look great, right? Like, you even look at the advanced stuff. They're third best in the league in defensive EPA per play. Like, they're playing great. I think they're 10th against the run in the NFL so far. I believe, they're 5th right now in passing yards allowed. Like, their defense is something special. But at the same time, guys, I look at their schedule, and we'll dive more into this on Thursday. So I'll just leave it at this. The only real offense they faced has been Seattle, and Seattle put up 26 on them. Just saying. Steelers offense is good, not great. Buccaneers offense is good, not great. Jets offense is a disaster with one of the worst play callers in the NFL. Then after that, you face Luke Getsy, who tried to make Justin Fields a pocket quarterback, and now they're throwing, the kitchen sink at the quarterback position, and they still stink. So this defense is talented, but I think it benefited from who they put on roster. Bo Nix, guys, I mean, he's fine. I'll say that. He's fine. Not going to say he's terrible.
I'll take that.
Not going to say he's great. He's fine. But don't expect him to win you a game because he never will.
No, but he's not Mitch Trubisky either. That's my point. He's not.
I would say
he's not.
Second year Mitch Trubisky.
Are the Buccaneers a decent team? Buccaneers are a decent team. Beat him.
He's second year Mitch Trubisky. He's He's not going to win you the game, but he's not going to lose you the game either. He's just going to be there.
Buccaneers defense is the worst in the NFL. Worst in the NFL. They make Kirk Cousins look like the best quarterback ever.
Let me ask you this question then. In 5 years from now, is
Bengals
Bo
would
Nix
like
starting quarterback for the Broncos?
Yeah, Bengals would like a word. Sorry, say that again.
Yeah.
In 5 years from now, is Bo Nix the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos?
No. I'm going to read you his game log. I'm looking at it right now. It's bad, man. 138 yards, 246 yards, 216 yards, 60 yards, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. There's nothing there. He didn't throw his first touchdown till game 4 against the Jets in a 10-9 win when he had 60 yards.
While you're talking, pull up Justin Herbert's numbers.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's Justin Herbert. I'm just saying the quarterback play in the NFL has not been outstanding.
No. You know who leads the NFL in passing yards right now?
I just saw it.
Sam Darnold? Who is it?
It's pretty bad.
No, I just saw
Geno
it.
Smith.
It's surprising.
Geno, Dak,
Herbert's
Stroud, Purdy, Cousins.
But Herbert's touchdown interception ratio is not bad. It's 5-1. His yards are not good. Herbert hasn't thrown for 180 yards in a game yet. Herbert has nobody throw the ball to.
He doesn't. It's exactly what we thought it was going to be. How many?
Worse.
Hold on. How many total yards has Herbert thrown for this season in 4 games?
578.
How many did Kirk Cousins throw for last week? Over 500.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I understand, but Kirk Cousins has Kyle Pitts and Drake London and Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier.
Yeah, he does.
He has, Darnell Mooney, and Justin Herbert just has a bunch of guys. Like he has no tight end on the team that would start for any other team in the NFL. He has Josh Palmer, that's a 3 or 4 on every other team. He has Ladd McConkey, who's a 2 or 3 on every other team. He has Quentin Johnston, who's a 3 on every other team. He has nothing to work with. If you're Justin Herbert, Like, for God's sakes, I understand that you want to build up the offensive line, but give me somebody to throw the freaking ball to. Did you watch the Cleveland Browns? Give me one of those guys. They suck right now. All the receivers suck. The quarterback sucks. That is the worst team in the NFL. They need to poach somebody, Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper. Give me one of those guys. Justin Herbert needs help now. It's bad.
True. Like if we saw Justin Herbert right now, we'd say, Justin, blink twice if you need help. And he'd be blinking like he had Tourette's. I'm telling you right now, he needs help.
Yeah, he does.
True.
But
I'm sorry. It's what we thought it was going to be.
I think it's going to get better. I just probably expect it to get better. Every week, I don't see it getting like looking at our schedule. I really don't think, guys, there's games where I'm like, oh, it's going to look a lot worse right there. Like I think every single week it's going to get better.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to go over the schedule, by the way. This is the day we're going to go over the Chargers schedule again because we kind of have an idea what the real NFL is. Kind of. I mean, I'll go over what our picks were over the weekend on who did the best and everything, because obviously we don't have an idea of what the real NFL is like when it comes to the spread. But like,
we're picking spreads.
Yeah, we're picking spreads. Show me the casino. We can just pick winners. I'm sorry. But again, like Minnesota, complete shocker. Everyone in the NFL said Minnesota's the last place team. All of a sudden, they're the Vikes. Keep winning and winning, time and time again. Before we pick the Chargers schedule, because I see Mike G over here sitting there saying, hey, Chargers lose to the Broncos. Our season's over. All right. Before we pick that, do you want to get to the NFL news in New York today?
Sure. Go.
Yeah.
Go, Mario.
Robert Saleh has been fired by the New York Jets, and their defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I probably did. He takes over as defensive coordinator. Their defense has been like astounding. Like if you want to crap on Robert Saleh, crap on him. But like he's always been known as a defensive guy, and at least his defense like wasn't terrible. But he's been fired. And then side news as well, Drake May will be starting for the New England Patriots this weekend, and hopefully he does not get killed behind that miserable offensive line.
That's a bad choice by the Patriots, by the way, to sit there and put them against the Jets in that situation. Also, it's a bad situation. It's like,
well, no, he doesn't have the Jets. He has the Texans. He has the Texans, which is really tough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here's my opinion on this whole deal. Yeah, your head coach, the defensive guy. The defense is the one that's pulling their weight around there. Dude, the offense is a mess. This Aaron Rodgers situation with the Jets has turned out much worse than they thought. Believe it or not, it's turned out worse than when Brett Favre was acquired by the Jets. It is a horrible situation. I believe you did have to make a head coaching change because it is a disaster. When he said today, I was completely shocked when Woody Johnson walked in my office and told me clean out my office. Like, you're shocked? Do you listen to this show? Because we said you were the guy in Philadelphia is going. I mean, we're making Bill Belichick, resumes right here going, dude, there are openings coming up with the Jets and the Eagles very, very soon. How could he be shocked? Like, do you listen to anything in New York? Do you listen to fans, sports radio? I mean, they will tell you first when you're about to be fired. If I was him, I would have started clearing stuff out of my office like day by day. Like when I leave, I want to leave with one box. I don't want to have to make multiple trips. This freaking idiot could go, I was shocked. That's more embarrassing than not knowing that your team stinks. That's ridiculous.
I always say, if you're going to get fired doing things your own way. He went out, excuse my language, being a complete cuck. Like the way that he went out being fired was embarrassing to himself personally. And the way that it went down with Aaron Rodgers was embarrassing in itself. Like, dude, you are the head coach of the team. If the owner is going to get on your back about treating Aaron Rodgers a certain way, you know what you say? Hey, I'm the one that runs the team. Okay. Once I start spoon feeding Aaron Rodgers everything that he wants, he's going to take over this team. And that's exactly what happened. If you remember the whole Barstool clip with Aaron Rodgers, yes, I would fire my head coach. It's weird how that actually happened. I mean, the whole thing is a complete mess. I'm not a fan of Aaron Rodgers. I used to be the biggest fan of Aaron Rodgers back when he was on the Packers in like 2011. Now I cannot stand Aaron Rodgers. His stats suck. The team sucks. I love that Aaron Rodgers is being carried by a defense, by the way, because his whole career with the Packers was Aaron Rodgers just needs a defense. Now he has a defense and he's 40 years old and he can't move the ball down the field and the Jets are a complete mess. You talk about a franchise that lives in misery. Sometimes I think it's the Chargers, which we are a lot of the time. The New York Jets, to me, are right there at the bottom of one of the most miserable franchises in the entire NFL.
I don't think you're wrong on that. And, not to mention, why is Nathaniel Hackett there? That wasn't a Robert Saleh hire. That was an Aaron Rodgers hire. That was hey, let's go get your buddy that you had in Green Bay. Let's bring him over. By the way, while Hackett was with Rodgers, guess who was calling the plays? Matt LaFleur. And look what he's doing with Love. And look how that offense is still kind of kicking and going. And look what's happening in New York. Look what happened in Denver. It's just a complete malpractice. The Jets will always jet. You can ask them what 2 + 2 equals. Every other organization will say 4. They will say 6. They are always one step behind. They've never put it together. I think the mistake they made is that they really thought this team was a quarterback away from winning a championship. And in reality, they were not. I don't think Robert Saleh, I don't think he's a terrible coach. I think he's a really great defensive mind. But I think they had weaknesses on the O-line that they refused to address. They had a coach that I don't think was ready for the role of dealing with Aaron Rodgers. I think you need a more veteran coach to deal with that, not a first-time guy. And you can't say yes to every single thing for a player. You can't. We've seen it in the NBA how it feels. We're seeing it in the NFL how it feels. And I think Tom Brady did a trick to us, Dave, where if you get a franchise quarterback and they go anywhere, you'll win right away. Not every team's like that. Not just because you have not a great quarterback, but you think you have a great team, doesn't mean you're a quarterback away. Sometimes that means the quarterback's bad, your running back's bad. Like there's more things that affect a bad team than the quarterback position.
No, absolutely. I understand what you're saying. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is an interesting guy, right? I mean, he's a mess. I mean, he's a mess on the field. He's a mess off the field. I mean, he has no relationship with his family or his siblings. He can't keep a girlfriend. He's 40 years old. He's a weirdo. I mean, he's not even a good football player. There's nothing about Aaron Rodgers that has a redeeming quality about him right now. The fact that Robert Saleh, to me, when they announced that he was teammate of the year, when he was never around, showed you right there, going back to Josh's word that he used, was you lost respect. I'm sorry. You lost respect as a head coach when you're sitting there doing everything you can to think that make this guy happy. He embarrassed you. Like he went for the hug and he stiff-armed you like Derrick Henry. It was embarrassing. The way he has been treated by Aaron Rodgers and what he has given back to Aaron Rodgers, I'm sorry, man. This is not the same Aaron Rodgers from 10 years ago. This guy has not been a decent quarterback in a number of years. Meaning the Raiders will probably sign him next year, which would be great because he'll be inside the division and he won't produce for them. But at the same time, for this Jets team, I tell you, we said it on this show. I wanted to see the Jets fail this year really hard because every media member, it seemed like, was a Jets fan, right? All the national guys, Jets fans, talking about the Jets this, Jets that. Done with the Jets. It's all BS propaganda with the Jets. Fine. And as B. Hannon said, and I can't believe they fired him on his off day, that is when you fire him. Guess what? There's nobody in the building. There's no one to say, hey, man, what do you mean you let the coach go? That means he didn't get any goodbyes. Woody Johnson walked in there and said, here's a couple boxes, clean up your crap, get out of here, and here's a bottle of baby no tears shampoo. Don't cry on the way out.
He got escorted out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Adam Gase didn't. Adam Gase didn't get that, which is crazy if you look at Adam Gase and what that guy looks like.
See you later. Go sit in the stands with the guy with the fireman hat on. Go ahead and spell out Jets all you want, stupid. Oh, but knowing Robert Saleh, he'll be sitting in MetLife Stadium wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey as a fan because he's dopey.
Unbelievable. All right, what's next on the agenda?
I'm just angry. I'm just so you guys know, I'm seeing your comments on here. All right, today's not the day. Okay, you guys want to talk crap about Alabama? We got it. All right, Alabama lost to Vanderbilt. I understand they lost first time in 40 years to Vanderbilt. Got it. You want to play that game? That's fine. All right, we aren't happy about that. Playoff baseball, I'm really nervous. Josh is sitting in the wearing the horns today, as Bruce Bochy says. Pretty confident. Don't feel like talking Dodger baseball. So if you want to ask me what makes me mad today, a lot of things are making me mad today. All right, so we're going to try and keep it professional on the show, which is something we normally don't do. We're going to go Charger football right here. This is why you guys are here, for Charger football. All right. First of all, I'm going to tell you right now our picks, okay, because I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It's good goddamn embarrassing. All right. So, Josh, you were the worst one this week, okay, in the picks. You are 4-10. All right. You have an overall record of 32-46. But that's not the worst on the show. I was 5-9 last week, but my record's 31-47. That is the worst on the show. Mario also 5-9, not impressive, but Mario has the best record on the show right now at 35-43.
It's gotta be faster than the slowest kid.
That's it. That's how you gotta be, right? You don't need to be faster than the bear. You just gotta outrun the person closest to the bear. That's it, right? You're fine. You're okay. Here we go. So we're gonna repick the rest of the season here. All right. I want to see how many of these change because I have everybody's picks for what you have. Okay. We're going to start off with the first game coming up for the Chargers, and they face the Denver Broncos on the road. CBS game, 105 start Pacific time. Again, we're doing a show live right afterwards. Make sure you join us for the post-game show. All of us picked wins last time we made our predictions. We all said the Chargers are going to win on the road against the Broncos. Do either one of you want to change your pick?
No. I'm not giving up on the Chargers. And I know a lot of fans are. I'm not giving up on the Chargers. My question is to you guys before we pick the games, are we going to see anything different on Sunday? That was the thing, because you cannot continue doing the same thing. Chargers will win if they do blank different. What's it going to be, Mario? Are they going to do anything different? Because you can't continue to do what you've done and expect to win this weekend. It would be insane. What do you think they do different? Do you think they still win?
I still think they'll win. And someone asked if I'm going to bet on it. Mike G, yes, I am betting on it. I'm going to put Chargers probably in a parlay because I really do think they win this game. I think Broncos are going to get a little too much hype going into this weekend. I think what changes is the distribution with the football. No more force Quinn Johnson. Force the lad. Get Palmer involved early. Get the ball spread around. We're not going to focus and force it to one receiver that can't win a matchup. I think that's going to be the difference in this game coming up. And guys, look when Bo Picks faces a defense that's pretty intimidating. Look what happens. Raiders defense is fine. Wilkins gets hurt in that game too, by the way. So Max Crosby's by himself. Watch what happens when he faces a real defense. It doesn't look good for him.
All right, Chargers are favored by 3 according to Vegas, but right now, what's interesting to see is when the injury report comes out. We want to see how healthy this team is. When you say what's different, Josh, it goes back to I think what Mario said and what we said after the last game. You got to give a way to get Ladd more touches. You just do. I mean, you have to somehow open your passing game up a little bit. I mean, as good as Dobbins has been, he could be a lot better if you have some kind of threat of a passing game. I
agree 100%. I think DJ Chark coming back to the Chargers, playing in his first game, is going to make a difference. I don't know what an expected total would be catches wise, maybe 3 for DJ Chark, a guy that hasn't played in an NFL game yet. I think he will stretch the field, give Justin Herbert another option. But I 100% agree with Mario. He's been saying it for 2 weeks. If you're going to force feed anybody on this team, force feed Ladd McConkey. Okay. And if Gus Edwards can't run the ball for more than 2 yards, give it to someone else. If it's not J.K. Dobbins, like if it's not working, change it up. And I think Justin Herbert should be able to, throw the ball to other people other than Quinn and Johnson when we need someone on third down. I think it's ridiculous. Hopefully a tight end steps up.
Are you guys any faith in Gus Edwards?
Not yet. I don't, Mario. I mean, there's nothing that I've seen right now to feel otherwise. If it was the Gus Edwards of last year, where he had like 18 touchdowns, then but he hasn't scored 1 all season. Talk about a guy that has no breakaway speed. We were talking about Austin Eckler last year against the Packers, running 13 miles an hour down the sideline. That looks like Gus Edwards every single game. I mean, the guy cannot break away from anyone. Do you feel otherwise?
I just think with how great Dobbins been playing, like the touches and the share just has been really heavily favored with him. I think he's going to have at one point a game where he kind of shines out and kind of steps up to the plate and has a bigger role in a bigger game. Now, when is that going to happen? That's honestly a great question. Does it happen if JK gets hurt? Does it happen if JK can't get it on the ground? Because last weekend or 2 weekends ago, JK kind of got halted and, where was Gus? We shall see, but I'm not going to, sell stock, if you will, in Edwards yet, Dave. I think I'm still gonna hold out for a big game from him incoming.
Yeah, I disagree on that one. I just, I tell you what, Gus Edwards, I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, here's the deal, Mario. I drafted him in 3 leagues. Okay, I drafted him because it's
you suck at fantasy football.
Yeah, I did. You know why I did? Because guess what? I drafted Christian McCaffrey with my first pick. Did I mention that? I think I did. Did I tell you I drafted Mark Andrews too? Yeah. Did I draft Gus Edwards? I did. Guess what? The other day, 2 days ago, I was sitting there before the football games, and the longest yard was on, the one with Adam Sandler, the newer one. Do you remember the scene where Burt Reynolds comes off the sideline and decides, hey, I'm playing? Remember that? Nelly goes down and Burt Reynolds jumps in? That's Gus Edwards right now. That's our Gus. The difference is Burt Reynolds got in the end zone. Gus can't get in the end zone. I don't know if you guys heard. Last Thursday, really sad story. Gus Edwards was locked out of his house. He couldn't get in. You know why? Someone put an end zone in front of the door. He couldn't get in. He's done. He's cooked. It's over, Johnny.
I think,
Dang it.
Mario, I think Charger fans are going to have a heart attack if Vidal doesn't get in the game. Like everybody wants to see Vidal get his shot. I feel the same way. I want to see Brendan Rice get in there. Like if you can't produce by game 5, like I want to see somebody else in there, whether it's Brendan Rice or Vidal or somebody else on the offense that's a rookie or anybody else. Make a trade for God's sakes, but we can't keep doing this, man. Charger fans need something else. Gus Edwards has not been it. How do you go from 18 touchdowns to 0? Like, dude, he's not even been close to the end zone. And I agree. Everybody drafted him in fantasy football. You know what? They all dropped his ass because he hasn't done anything.
And to your point, how do you do that in a heavy run offense, in a Greg Roman offense? This isn't done in a air it out West Coast, Mike Leach style. No, it's a ground and pound type of football, and he's fallen short. I'll give it one more week. We'll see how it is on Sunday. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong.
Yeah, you'd be wrong. I'm not going to feel any better. What are you talking about? Nobody wants you to be wrong.
Hey, if I'm wrong, I'll DoorDash Chipotle. Fine. I'll eat a Chipotle burrito.
If I'm wrong. Yeah, well, okay. Mario's wrong. No one's going to feel any better if you're wrong. We really don't want you to be wrong. Yeah. God dang it. The thing is, we all wait for J.K. Dobbins to get injured because that's what he does. I mean, we're completely cooked if J.K. Dobbins goes down.
Yeah, I like the comment right here by Mike G. Can you put that one up? 326.
Yeah.
Or my time, 326. It says, I feel teams defend us differently because Justin Herbert hasn't been a threat to run. Dude, I could not agree more. Justin Herbert being 0 threat to run the ball kills your running offense. If you know that the running backs are going to be the only ones running the ball, it's easier to defend, period. I think a big reason that Gus Edwards was able to score 18 touchdowns is because Lamar Jackson's one of the best running players in the NFL, right? If you know the quarterback might run this way, but the running backs can go that way, you don't know who to get. But with Justin Herbert, it's like, okay, he's going to hand it off to Gus Edwards. He's going to hand it off to J.K. Dobbins, and they're going to do it 40 times a game because it's the Greg Roman offense. Greg Roman needs to be more creative. If Justin Herbert isn't going to run the ball, he's hurting the Greg Roman offense, and Greg Roman is hurting Justin Herbert because they can't throw the ball to anybody. It's like the recycle symbol. It's like this. We suck.
I kind of agree and disagree a little bit. I do. In today's NFL, if your quarterback cannot run, is not mobile, that is kind of an issue now, right? Like we've kind of transformed into this game of you got to have some type of throw with your legs. That being said, I think it's more teams defend us differently and kind of, I guess, easier for lack of a better term because of how poorly our receivers have been. I think that's it too. Like teams feel pretty comfortable in packing the box, leaving no safety over top on majority of our wideouts.
Throw up this comment real quick by Joshua Berto. Couldn't disagree more. It says, Herbert shouldn't be a threat to run. He's not a running quarterback. Dude, have you ever seen the Kansas City Chiefs play a football game? I wouldn't call Patrick Mahomes a running quarterback, but Patrick Mahomes is an elusive quarterback that will do enough to get the first down. Justin Herbert has not been that guy. I understand that he's hurt. You don't want him to get hurt worse. But he really has never been that guy with the Chargers where he's going to get the extra 4 yards on 3rd and 3 to get the first down. You don't have to be a running quarterback. You have to be a threat. That's what I'm saying. I'm not asking
even
Justin
Kirk
Herbert.
Cousins and Brady could do that.
100%. Even Tom Brady would do that. Even Peyton Manning every now and then would do that. Justin Herbert, to me, you got to be at least a threat. You don't need to be Lamar Jackson, but you need to be dangerous with the ball every now and then.
It doesn't help his ankle. It doesn't help.
No, it doesn't help at all. But I'm saying even last year.
Yeah.
I'm saying even last year, Justin Herbert, and he had the ribs. I understand he had the finger, the whole situation. But if you're going to be out there, you're going to expect him to try to make the extra play. I'm not asking him to be Josh Allen either, where you're like, dude, you're going to get seriously hurt. Just every now and again, get the extra yards for the first down. That's all we want.
Yeah. Tom Honecker wrote in the chat as well that he goes, if you look at Justin Herbert in the Rose Bowl when he was at Oregon, he won the Rose Bowl because of his legs.
He did. I won a lot of money on that game.
Dude, Justin Herbert's faster than Gus Edwards, or he's close to it.
Dude, I might be.
All right, let's go to the next game. Let's continue with these predictions.
Okay. Next game up, it's Monday night game. It's the Chargers at the Arizona Cardinals. All right. You want me to remind you what you guys picked? Josh and I picked the Chargers to win. Mario picked the Chargers to lose. You guys want to change any of your picks?
I don't think the Chargers are going to beat the Cardinals. Ooh. I think the Cardinals are actually pretty good. I don't know if the Chargers offense can keep up with the Cardinals offense. When I watch the Cardinals offense, Seems like they got like 6 threats on that team.
God dang it, they do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
Mario, what about you?
I'm actually gonna go Chargers. Why is it at 9 p.m.? Is that a 2-game doubleheader Monday Night Football that week? I don't know why it's 9 p.m.
It must be a doubleheader day.
Has to be. I'll go W. W.
You're
Give me a
gonna change
W.
it? I have W on mine. I'm keeping mine as a W. So Josh moves his over to an L. Next up, Chargers finally back at home. It's October 27th. They take on the Saints. All of us had Chargers winning, and right now I'm with that too. I'm standing with the Chargers to win.
What do you think, Mario?
Derek Carr got hurt last night, and the Saints offense has came back from heaven. If people have not noticed, Taysom Hill also being out kind of really hurts them. I believe he's placed on IR. So he could be back that week, but based on that injury, I really don't think. Actually, I can't remember if he's out for the season or IR. Either way, I don't expect him to play that week at all. I'll take Chargers still on that one. Dennis Allen's still that head coach. Don't forget that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers as well. It seemed like the Chiefs, completely stifled them for the whole game except for the Sheehy touchdown. I'd expect the Chargers to do the same. And then if Derek Carr's not playing, even though we rag on him all the time, it is a big step back for the backup quarterback. So yeah, Charger win.
Okay. This is one I'm changing mine. It's November 3rd. The Chargers are at the Browns. I had the Chargers with a loss in this game. I'm changing that to a victory.
Worst team in the NFL. Worse than the Carolina Panthers. I couldn't believe what I was watching the other day with Deshaun Watson. How is he the same guy that won the national championship, that was really good on the Texans? He looks like he doesn't want to be on the field. His teammates want to strangle him. That is the worst team, literally, in the NFL. I have a Charger win.
Mario, what about you?
I don't think I've seen a quarterback in a long time that truly has no idea. Well, quit on his team, 1, and 2, have no idea when to throw the football. He hangs on to that football for so damn long. I mean, he holds on to that thing like it's his kid. He stinks. The Browns stink. That team's giving up on themselves. I'll take the Chargers.
Okay. November 10th, Sunday game. Chargers, they host the Titans. All of us had the Chargers winning this game. Do you guys want to change any of your picks?
It's a home game. Chargers better beat the Titans. They're bad. Chargers play some of the worst offenses in the NFL, and they have a really good defense. I like the Chargers to win.
I love this Charger spot so much, especially because I really don't think, no matter how bad he plays, I don't think they'll bench Will Levis this year.
God dang, Will Levis is ridiculous. Next up, Chargers, they host the Bengals. I think all of us had the Chargers losing this game. I'll change my pick on this one again. I'll say Chargers sweep Ohio. Chargers beat the Bengals.
I have the Chargers losing this game. I was watching the Bengals the other day, and their offense is just getting better each game. I feel like their defense is going to get better too, because it can't get any worse. Just going to be hard for the Chargers to keep up with Joe Burrow and that offense that they can, score 20-plus points. It's hard to imagine the Chargers scoring 20-plus points against most teams, which is crazy to think because the Chargers used to always score 20-plus points.
Big letdown spot here, guys, for the Cincinnati Bengals. The week before that we face off against them, they have a rematch against the Ravens. And with how closely they lost that game this past weekend, with literally that holder screwing them over in the final seconds, they need that win more than anything in this world. Like, that is a do or die game for them. So whatever emotional roller coaster ride that game is, they're going to be so exhausted. They're going to overlook the Chargers, and I still think Chargers win that game.
All right. Yeah, I tell you what, I don't know. It's funny. The Bengals, as Josh said, getting better, and that's kind of their history, that they start off slow every year and they get better. By the way, the Bengals uniforms of the day with the black jerseys, orange pants, bad look. Not so great. Like Oregon State's like, those are our colors, and this is not good. This is a bad look right here. It's amazing you could actually make the Bengals uniform worse. Monday night game. This is the game everybody's talking about on the schedule when you saw the Chargers schedule. Monday night game. It's November 25th. It's the Chargers hosting the Ravens, the Harbaugh brothers going at it. Again, it's a primetime game. Before we changed our picks with option here, Josh and I both had the Chargers losing this game. Mario had the Chargers winning this game. I'm not going to change my pick on this one.
I have the Chargers losing. Ravens also are getting better each game. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the Ravens are end up going to be the number 1 seed in the AFC, or number 2 seed in the AFC behind the Chiefs eventually. Like, They always are. So I don't think the Chargers win this game.
I almost called you guys just so you could see the reaction to me, but I bet the Ravens this past Sunday against the Bengals. And
Yeah.
if you would have seen the anger and the emotions I was going through, at one point in my apartment, alone, I screamed, "Why do you do this to yourself? You did it again." Like, it probably sounded on the outside of my apartment that,
They get a
like,
roommate.
I was a drug addict and I like relapsed. I bet that's what that sounded like. Why'd you do this again? You should have done it again.
When the cops show up and think that where's the other person, and then
Yeah.
it's you.
Yeah, it's just me. Oh, it was such a bad moment. And then when they won, I was like laughing to myself, and I was like, "God, this is like the start to the
Psycho.
Joker movie." Yeah, I was like,
Dude,
"This
you are
is
the Joker, dude.
this is how it
You are.
starts." Yeah, it's how it starts.
You're Joaquin Phoenix. You are.
Yeah. The butler in one of the Batman movies. He has a great line, and then he goes, "It makes a grown man cruel." That's what gambling on the Ravens does to me. Speaking of that, though, I'll take the Chargers to lose that game.
Okay, so you're changing.
That's a tough
Okay.
skid, by the way, by the
Yeah.
Ravens. I believe they go Steelers Bengals before us.
This one's tough for me right here. It's December 1st. It's again Sunday morning game for the Chargers. Chargers travel to Atlanta, 10 a.m. kickoff Pacific time. Josh and I both had the Chargers winning. Mario had the Chargers losing. This is a tough one. I'm gonna let you guys go first on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my pick. When I watched Kirk Cousins the other day, I'm like, this guy can unleash an offense that's like the best in the league, right? 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. I don't think he's going to do that against the Chargers defense. But once again, if he does a little bit of that, can the Chargers score 20 plus points? I have zero faith in that right now, so I'd go Chargers loss.
That offense is getting better. I'm going to go loss. And Atlanta's hard to win in, by the way. Extremely hard.
Yeah, I'm staying. I'm changing mine. I had a win. I'm going to loss. And the reason I'm changing mine is it's like a good luck thing, a reverse deal. I can't ever pick a Falcons game right anyway. So if I pick a loss, maybe the Chargers pull out a win. By this, though, the Chargers roster, and I'm crossing my fingers, could look different, right? Because you look and say, well, the trade deadline is going to pass by then. I mean, we could add somebody by then.
Oh, they better.
I hope.
But the NFL trade deadline also is always a letdown.
It is. Compared to baseball or basketball, it is.
Yeah.
But we need a receiver, just like Josh said at the beginning of the show. I mean, you get me a Amari Cooper or Jerry Jeudy, someone else that can catch the goddamn ball that's a threat. The offense, I think, looks a lot different.
Seriously, just give me something that's going to act like Viagra on my body.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're 26. What? All right, here we go. Okay, there you go. December 8th, a primetime game again, Sunday Night Football. Chargers are at the Chiefs. All of us had losses in this game. Now, look, it's a different Charger team to face the Chiefs than what we showed last time, right? We didn't have Derwin James. We didn't have a bunch of guys. So right now, assuming everybody is healthy, do you have any confidence?
No. Chargers winning in Kansas City is the most impossible thing for them to do. It drives me insane. I don't know why they would do it this year. Hopefully they do, obviously, but no, the hardest place to play in the NFL. A loss.
It's a loss, and boy, do they have a cakewalk before they play us, by the way. Panthers, Raiders, then us at home. They're going to be fresh, man. They're going to be ready. They're going to look to just take us out. And probably wins on the division that weekend. Who the hell knows?
Great. I wonder if the referee gets a ring. Kind of curious. They get their own float at the parade. I'm going Chiefs as well. Chargers will lose this game with less than 4 minutes remaining. We're all going to have hope, and then all of a sudden we're going to end up losing this game like we always do against the Chiefs. Unbelievable. Yeah. All right, here we go. December 15th. Chargers are against the Buccaneers. This game is a little bit different too. All of us picked win in this game. Seemed like an automatic. Buccaneers don't look terrible. The offense is decent. I'm not going to change my pick. I'm going to stay Chargers on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to stay Chargers too. I think the Buccaneers defense stinks. I think this is a game the Chargers could win. If Baker Mayfield's not on the top of his game, I just don't think they're that good. Justin Herbert could put up 20 in this one because that defense is so bad. So I think the Chargers win.
A holy under in this game. I'm not going to bet that under till it goes to -5. An away game. How many weapons
home
they
game.
have?
Home
We're
game.
at home.
Against-
Home for us.
Home game. Away game for Tampa. I'm sorry, walking through. They have a lot of weapons versus our secondary. Baker. I'll go Bucks win this one. I actually think we lose to the Bucks.
Damn it. All right. December 22nd. 3 more games to go. Chargers hosting the Broncos. All of us have wins.
Yeah, I'm staying with the win, especially against
too.
the home game against the Broncos. You better win.
Staying with
Me
the
too.
win too.
Okay. That was easy. Here we go. To be determined as far as this could be one of those Saturday, Sunday games. You just never know this time of year.
Yeah.
Chargers are at the Patriots. All of us have win.
I'm staying on a win.
Yeah, the Patriots aren't any good. Eagles just released Devin White. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
What a fall from grace that guy had.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Chargers beat the Patriots.
I'm with you. Chargers beat the Patriots. Drake May might break his femur in this game. Something bad might happen. Chargers come out with aggression. Here we go. Last game.
I so hope he's good, by the way. I hope to God he's good.
If he's not good, does anyone ever draft a North Carolina quarterback again?
Like I no. And if I was a high school prospect, I would never even go looking over there. Unless I'm a journeyman and I know I'm never gonna make it in the league.
Last one, another to be determined game, could be a Saturday, Sunday game, but it's the Chargers at the Raiders. Raiders, my guess by then will be basically on thin ice. They'll be talking about who the next coach is going to be, who the next quarterback is going to be. Raiders in the rebuilding mode like they always are. I'm staying with it. We have a Raider win. I mean a Charger win. Sorry, Raiders loss.
Yeah, I think Raiders are going to be playing for a top draft pick. Probably going to see Aiden O'Connell in this game is my guess.
Yeah.
Charger win.
Charger win. That Raiders team is going to be AP is going to be on the hot seat by that point.
Should be on the hot seat right now. I'm sorry. I know it might be a tough fire because you feel like
That's another coach you have to pay.
Not only that, is the one coach you're going to fire that you feel like can strangle you and kill you in the room at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like Antonio Pierce, kind of intimidating. Yeah, have you seen Tom Telesco? Tom Telesco is what, 5'9", 140? I wouldn't want to be the guy to walk in Antonio Pierce's office and say you're out. I think I text him, you're fired. Hey, your stuff's outside if you want to get it. I haven't threw a brand new hoodie in for you, a playoff hoodie for you if you want it. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, what's our modified records? Do you know?
I don't know. You guys did it so fast. I don't know. I'll give it to you next show. How's that? I'll add them up next show. But anyway, it's we'll see how it goes. I mean, they faced the Broncos this weekend, and dude, you got to get a win here, man. You started off 2-0. You can't sit there coming off a bye and take a loss. That's one thing that makes Andy Reid great, is that you give him some time off, and all of a sudden your team looks different. Of course, the big thing is going to be the injury report on Thursday. Who's healthy, right? Is Joe Alt ready to go? Right? Is Slater back? Is Bosa back? I mean, all these guys, Derwin James, we know is going to be back. I mean, with the healthy Charger team, we kind of like this team, right? Trying to hold your hand, right?
Not really. I like some of it. They still have nobody. Like, I'd rather have an injured star receiver than a healthy whatever we have. I don't love this team at all. Do you?
I didn't say love them, but I like this team.
I like parts
like
of this.
this team.
Yeah. You do? That's cool.
It's a building block. It's a building block.
It's sold. You don't
It's a
seem sold,
building
Josh. If you were giving a letter grade, what grade would you give this team, Josh?
Like now or what they will be?
Right now. Everybody healthy with what they have right now. What do you give this team?
A B-. B-. Very good defense. Very good quarterback. No weapons besides Ladd McConkey and J.K. Dobbins. That's a B-.
Tom goes, what makes you happy? I believe this. We're still making the playoffs. I'm still saying we're a playoff team.
That's awesome that you think that. The Chargers' schedule, going through the Chargers' schedule, they have an insane stretch, just an absolutely insane stretch. You got the Bengals, the Ravens, the Falcons, the Chiefs, the Buccaneers. If the Chargers can come out of that stretch 3-2, then there's a fighting chance. But if you come out of there 2-3 or 1-4, 0-5, obviously you're not going to make the playoffs.
Dude, we're going to finish the season. We're going to finish the season 4 or 5-0.
I'm just saying, like the other teams struggling right now, like really helps. The Dolphins with their struggles helps a lot. The Jaguars being one of the worst teams in the NFL helps a lot. The Colts thinking that Anthony Richardson gives them a better chance to win than Joe Flacco insanely helps the Chargers a lot. The Jets firing Salah and putting an interim head coach with Aaron Rodgers, that egomaniac with the dumb calling offensive plays. That's pretty a lot of stuff goes Chargers way. Bengals not being very good right now. Like there's a clear shot for them to make the playoffs. And like if the season ended today, I hate saying this in week 5. Like I hate being that guy because there's nothing to make me more angry. But season ended today, guys. They're in the playoffs. Oh, they're in the hunt. But
yeah. Like Dave said, you got to see where Alden Slater are at. Joey Bosa can take the next bus out of town, but Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, I want to see where they're at. Because if they're playing, yes, they can make the playoffs, absolutely. Because like you said, the AFC is more wide open now than ever before. Going off of what you just said, right now, Mario, how many teams in the AFC, in the whole AFC, are better than the Chargers? Right now.
Like, just
definitively better.
No,
just better. Like a better team than the Chargers right now in the AFC.
Chiefs, Texans, Ravens, Bills. And that's where I think you could argue. We can start making arguments all across the board. I think
I agree with what you said.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think that's
the Steelers should really start making arguments, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Josh, let me ask you: Jets, Dolphins, Patriots. None of them are better than the Chargers, right?
No. Jets,
Steelers, Browns, Bengals. Bengals are 1-4.
And that defense is bad. We could throw for 300 yards on that defense.
Steelers beat us.
Yeah, but Steelers
they should have beat the Cowboys. They should have won that game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also a 50-50 game. Like we play that again, Yeah. Chargers.
I think the Chargers aren't as good as the Steelers right now, but I think they could be for sure.
Remember,
I don't think Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback. What?
We fell apart when the injuries happened. We were doing fine until the injuries happened in that game.
What, play number 1 when Joey Bosa got hurt?
Well, that didn't count. Come on.
Okay.
So again, Colts, Titans, Jags, all of them stink, right?
Joe Flacco with the Colts is not bad.
Not bad.
He's not the quarterback. Yeah, I agree
they lost to Jacksonville the other day, right?
But okay, that's a weird divisional thing. They haven't won there in like 8 years. That's a weird divisional.
Weather's always a factor. It's always perfect. I mean, I don't know why they can't win in Jacksonville.
It's probably because they keep thinking, why are we in Jacksonville?
Yeah. And then finally, our division. Is the Broncos or Raiders? Do they finish ahead of us? They don't.
No.
Correct?
Nah, you can get in the playoffs with a losing record, right?
I'm telling you.
You can go 8-9 and make the playoffs.
It's happened before.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that team, but yeah, you don't want to be that team.
So the Giants won the Super Bowl that way, right? The last seed.
Yeah. Both of them. They're 9-7, I believe.
With former Charger quarterback Eli Manning. Yep, it's true. There you go.
All right, let's get to
how confident you guys feel.
Yeah, let's get to these questions.
Okay.
All right, AK, your time is now. AK 999. Bolt Crew, Coach Harbaugh is here not to lose these games. I expect the Chargers to win next 6 games. My coach will figure out the offense. I'm asking, am I asking too much, Uncle Dave? Please go first.
Yeah, that's a dream scenario. I don't see them winning the next 6 games. I would love for them to win the next 6 games. The next 6 games would be Broncos, Cardinals, Saints, Browns, Titans, Bengals. That would be awesome. That would be 100% awesome. I tell you, if that happens, AK, I will read every comment that you ever write to the show. I'm going to limit you at 3 per show.
Actually, I like that. If they would sit to every comment AK comments, we put a limit, but it's a full hour.
You might as well add them to the square. You might as well add a 4th square. You never
I don't think we should do that, but I think we should give them a comment. Yeah, that'd be funny if they win 6 in a row.
Yeah, AK, if they win 6 in a row, you tell us what you want. How about that? And we'll talk about it as a group and see if we can make it work. All right, this one's directed straight to Dave. It comes from Sphincter. It says, Dave Roberts is a dork.
Disagree on that. Okay. Dave's a really nice guy. All right. Here's the deal. You guys want to sit there and play this game. I'm already fired up on this one. All you guys, Manny Machado apologists, you guys tell me the sport. If you guys could give me an answer on this, I really would appreciate it because maybe you're smarter than I am. You tell me the sport where you can throw a ball at another person's face and it's okay. Would that ever happen to Nick Saban? Would that ever happen to Phil Jackson? Would that ever happen to Mike Tomlin? You tell me the sport where you can throw a ball at another guy's face and it's okay. It's not. I'm sorry. I'd love to see Dave Roberts press charges, assault charges, and see Manny Machado literally arrested at Petco Park. He's out of control. He's always been a bad guy. Look it up. Look on YouTube. Look what he did to Dustin Pedroia, future Hall of Famer, blew his knee out, never played it the same again. Not in the Hall of Fame. Josh Donaldson, who I hate, he acted like a complete maniac because he tagged him out. Josh Donaldson threw his helmet at Josh Donaldson, stepped on Jesus Aguilar's ankle. That's the reason he's not a Dodger anymore. Dodgers, because this guy's a whack job. Manny Machado's a problem. Sorry, doesn't know how to behave, doesn't get his own way. And by the way, he's the worst guy you want to show little kids how to play baseball because he never runs the full 90 feet as hard as he can. Jogs everything. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at Ladd McConkey running his ass off every 25 seconds on a football field, yet Manny Machado can't sprint 90 feet 4 times in 3 hours span. All right? So there you go.
That was baseball. Yeah.
Wow.
I like this. We should do rants.
And I don't think your name's Sphincter, by the way. I want to see your birth certificate. I almost cussed at you right there.
I think that's
Today's not the day.
Young Thug.
I'm not a drinker, but guess what? I had a full bottle of whiskey the other day. Things weren't going my way.
Mike G, $10 says, watching the Red Zone Sunday, I'd be lying if I didn't get jealous seeing offenses score like they did. Any of you guys feel the same way? I feel exactly that way, especially when I watch teams like the Detroit Lions where everybody's open by 20 yards. I say, why can't we do that? And then I look at our roster and I say, that's why we can't do that. I feel the same way, though. When you watch Red Zone and you see these teams score, especially this past weekend when so many teams scored more than 30.
I feel that way, especially, guys, when I watch the Buffalo Bills. And I go, I had no faith in that receiving core, and somehow they're getting open for Josh Allen. That's what hurts me really bad. All right.
All right. Thanks, Dave, for your input.
No, I agree. I said I agree.
Okay. He's still fired up about Dodgers Padres. If you want to see Dave give a prediction on Dodgers Padres at the end of the show, we'll take 15 comments. If anything less than 15, you don't get a prediction. All right. Yes. Young West, $2. When will we get an offensive coordinator that knows how to use Justin Herbert? That's a good question. What do you think, Mario?
Dave? Dave, you go first.
Okay, here it is, man. We all know that Greg Roman's not the guy. We knew it when they hired him. I'm sorry. It's exactly what we thought it was going to be. Justin Herbert, man, you gotta let him go, right? What do they say in the other guys? I'm a peacock. I got to fly. You got to let Justin Herbert do his thing, right? Justin Herbert has to go. You got to give him someone that has an idea of what a passing offense is. I'm sorry, but Justin Herbert's not been utilized the correct way. It is what it is. And as soon as Jim Harbaugh says, this is a business, and you say, goodbye, friend. You've been great to the Harbaugh family, but you got to go. There's your camper. I already started up. There's a full tank of gas in it. Drive your ass out of L.A. County. Because guess what? We're bringing in somebody in that knows how to spread an offense out. We'll bring some talent in and use our wide receivers.
Could have said it better myself.
You guys want a hot take real quick about this?
Yes.
Real quick. If we make the playoffs, I bet Roman stays. If we miss it, I bet Roman gets – someone has to jump on the sword, and it's Roman.
Dude, you know what the most disappointing about Greg Roman is? He's only 52 years old. Like, I thought Greg Roman was like 72, and we're just holding on to this old man. He's young. Like, he's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
A lot left in the tank.
Yeah, he's Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not effing going anywhere. He's screaming. And we're like, please, get the hell out of here. Maybe they start giving him like a fake schedule. Like you give him wrong game times and locations, and he doesn't show up and misses a couple.
Yeah. What happened to not trusting guys with 2 first names? When do we go away from that?
Exactly.
Ooh. Aaron Baker, 199, says, why are fans being toxic towards Greg Roman? I don't know. We own a TV. What are you talking about? Have you watched the Chargers? Does that look fun to you?
Yeah.
I have 3 holes in my wall from banging my head against it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 4 concussions.
Yeah. Mario scored more times in the last month than Greg Roman has the entire football season.
All right. That's when Lisa Heron's going to turn off the podcast.
Sorry.
All right. Next one is from Sphincter again. Says, that sport is baseball, Dave. he's referring to throwing the ball at the coach. I guess in
Oh,
baseball, you throw
I'm
the ball at
sorry.
the manager.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I watch a lot of baseball, and I've never seen someone rifle a ball off of Lou Piniella's face, off of Joe Madden's face, Bruce Bochy's face. I've never seen anyone do it. So, if Sphincter, if you go ahead and send me those comments, it's fine. I know, obviously, you're a Padre fan. I hope you get a horrible case of chlamydia and you can't enjoy the parade when the Padres win it all.
All right. Next
All right.
one comes from Isaiah Francis. It says 199. It says, Dave, what made you happy this week?
Dude, what made me happy was the Padres being so damn dumb to pitch to Ohtani with first base open. I was excited. That 3-run home run did make me happy. Everything else went to complete S this week. After that, well, before that, Alabama, of course, loses. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Chargers don't play. And then the Dodgers get completely embarrassed on Sunday. And look, while we're talking about it, because you guys know you're under my skin, Padres are going to win today. I got it. Michael King's going to deal. Padres are going to win. I did have a crazy dream, though. Never happened in my entire life. So you could pay attention because I'm going to call it out here. I had a crazy dream that I watched the entire game in my dream. Final score, Dodgers won tonight, 3-1 in my dream. It was weird. How about that? If the Dodgers win today, 3-1, watch out.
All right.
Wow.
Side thing, I love Alabama to dominate South Carolina this weekend. At
Me
21
too.
and a half. I love
Bad
that.
news. Bad news for South Carolina this week.
If I
Someone's
was
going to pay.
If I was a player on South Carolina, I would hate Vanderbilt
Yeah.
with everything in my body because we have no chance.
Yeah, right. Remember the scene in The Water Boy where he's like, "Where's my bitch?" And then that guy's shaking on that onside kick. That's gonna be this whole South Carolina team when they get off the bus.
That's gonna be that whole team, dude. They're gonna be frightened to play that game. Oh, I mean, it's bright side of Alabama. I think you're gonna play Tennessee at the perfect time too, to wrap up our college football part.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
right, Sphincter. I wished you the clap. Hey, look at it on the bright side. It means you got laid. Good for you.
I thought the clap was gonorrhea. Am I wrong about that one?
It is.
Okay.
No, you're absolutely right.
Is
It's
it really?
gonorrhea.
I've never known what it was. I just saw I know STDs. I just never knew what the clap was technically supposed to be.
Dude, hold on. I got a real funny story for you real quick, Mario.
Oh,
All right, real
man.
quick. I know Mario's short on time on this show, but here you go. I used to coach with this guy. He was like 7, 8 years old, longtime baseball guy. Josh knew him. He coached Josh at one point. He was with the Braves organization for like 30 years. Like he's a baseball guy. And right before the game is about to start, he brings in all the kids and he goes, "I just wanted to let you guys know I got the clap 10 times. And, and the kids are like, "What's the clap?" And he goes, "Right now you're looking at this old man going, that guy got the clap 10 times. You better be looking at this old man going, that guy got laid 10 times. Now go take the field." And I was like, "Dude, what the hell? None of these kids even know what the clap is. What was the point of that story?" He goes, "I just wanted them to know."
There you go.
That was it.
Well, all right. We're going to go out on an AK prediction. 199. It says Dodgers win the World Series and Chargers win the 2026 Super Bowl. All right, man. Hopefully you're dead wrong about the Dodgers. Go Padres.
Yeah. AK, if that happens, you'll be the best man at my wedding.
Dude,
Both
AK, I
things
swear
have to happen.
AK, I swear to God, if the Chargers win the Super Bowl, we're going to celebrate and we're going to add you to the square the entire show. You're going to have your own square. We win the Super Bowl this year. You're going to be right there on the show to celebrate with us.
I'm going to be. Whew. First off, we don't want to be in the same location for that.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
All right, and people that are saying the clap is chlamydia, just looked it up. I was right. It is gonorrhea.
It is gonorrhea.
Yeah. You guys start getting laid more.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote that.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
we know our
costs.
STDs on the show. We might not know football for anything, but we know our STDs.
Yeah. Because we've all. Nope, not going to finish that sentence. Well, that was a good show, guys. Like, share, and subscribe.
You learned a lot. See? Now you guys know your STDs too.
Yeah.
All right.
you.
We'll be back on the next. Every time I think this show can get crazier, here it goes. We'll be back on the next show again on Thursday, 1 o'clock Pacific time, talking Charger football with you. We'll break down the game. And of course, at the same time, we'll make our predictions. Unbelievable where our predictions go. Eventually, they're going to turn around. They're going to turn around. But I appreciate you guys joining us. Please click that like button, subscribe to the show. We appreciate it. We hit a certain number, we'll start giving stuff away. We'll figure out some of the giveaways and what we're doing. But again, thank you for following us. For Mario Heron, Josh Palais, I'm Dave Palais. We'll see you Thursday, 1 o'clock Pacific time.